Welcome to Who's In, where we predict the starting 11 for the biggest World Cup nations. In this series, we've already looked at France, Germany, England, Argentina, Spain, Portugal and Brazil. But today, we're looking at a team that's stacked full of up-and-coming superstars and winners. We're looking at Belgium. So stay tuned to see some surprises in our lineup. Let's find out who's in. Our formation for Belgium is 3-4-3. With a couple surprises, this pick has actually been chosen by our Belgian journalists. So don't blame the messenger, let's begin. Belgium, like Spain, have a goalkeeper that is one of the first names on their lineup sheet. However, that keeper might get injured, so as a backup they'll have Liverpool's Simon Mignolet. He's a backup at Liverpool as well because he's lost his place, but he's still a quality keeper. However, we all know that Chelsea's Courtois will be Belgium's first choice keeper. Despite Chelsea's difficult season, Courtois can't be blamed for their lack of success. He's still one of the world's best keepers and definitely at the World Cup who'll be competing to claim that title. On the right-hand side of our three-man defence, we have a player that is wanted by many clubs due to his ongoing contract dispute, and also he's just a good defender. Toby Alderweireld has been only making 18 appearances for Spurs this season, but that was due to injury at first, but now it's due to Pochettino simply not picking him. But despite that, the former Atletico Madrid man is still a quality defender, and he will most likely be playing for Manchester United or City or Liverpool next season. So he's definitely going to come to the World Cup with a point to prove and definitely be fresh as well. At the centre of our defence for Belgium could be a player that was formerly at Arsenal but is now a bit part player for Barcelona. He's only made 12 appearances in La Liga this season, but despite that, when he was playing for Arsenal he was considered a very good defender, at least at the beginning. There was a series of funny jokes that people made about him. One of them was, Vermaelen wins a game of Connect 4 in 3 moves. And the other one was, Vermaelen went to the Virgin Islands, but it's now just called the Islands. With that said, our pick has to be Manchester City captain. He's recovered from injury, led the team to victory in the League Cup final, and he captained City to the Premier League title. Of course, that man is Vincent Kompany, but Belgium will definitely need to be wary of him picking up an injury. But if he stays fit, he's definitely the man to lead the team and get them close to that final. On the left-hand side of Belgium have the options in Jordan Lukaku, who's the brother of the Manchester United striker. Jordan is playing his football at Lazio, however, no doubt Martinez will stick with the experienced Spurs man, Jan Vertonghen. At 31 years old, he'll be looking to prove himself in the World Cup after Spurs performed well in the Champions League, but still were knocked out by Juventus and were knocked out of the FA Cup by Manchester United. So despite those successes / failures, I'm sure the Belgian man will be looking to prove himself to the rest of the world. So that's our defence. Let's move on to Belgium's midfield. Belgium have so many exciting attackers. Most of them are around the right age to be looking to play for their country for many years. But right now in Russia will be the perfect opportunity for them to bring success to their nation, as a couple of them might be playing in their last World Cup. With that said, on the right-hand side of midfield, we have what is essentially fullbacks. They will have the job of supporting the defence, but also pushing the attack forward on the wings. Fun fact, Brazil's Nuno Santos was the first defender to develop this role. Check him out in our top 10 video. However, Belgium and PSG's Thomas Meunier will be the man to write his name in Belgium's history books. He has 5 goals this season and he's a Ligue 1 champion. No doubt he'll be carrying this success into the Belgium team and look to gain success with his country. On the opposite side to him, Belgium have a former Atletico Madrid player who is now playing in the Chinese Super League. Yannick Carrasco seems to have abandoned competitive European football simply to make as much money as he can. Before he left, he had 6 goals and 8 assists, making him one of the best left backs in the world. Therefore, his quality is still there to be shown, and he's probably going to try and show that the Chinese Super League is competitive enough to keep his skills world class, even if the league isn't considered world class by itself. At the centre of Belgium's attack, we could go with another Spurs player. Moussa Dembélé was receiving high praise before Spurs lost to Juventus. He was being lauded as one of the best midfielders in the world. This is all despite his stats looking nowhere near the case. He isn't a scorer or an assist machine like De Bruyne, but he's solid with the ball and strong in the tackle. He can be a calming influence on the team and able to dribble his way out of danger and give the pass before the pass that leads to a goal. However, Martinez has been preferring youth, thus the man keeping Dembele on the bench is also playing in the Chinese Super League. He reportedly turned down Juventus for the sake of his family. In the Chinese Super League, he's earning £18 million a year, but he's still a quality player and has 9 goals for Belgium in 88 games. That man is Axel Witsel. He'll have the job of attacking but also being a defensive midfielder, making sure our next attackers can get the game won whilst he stops his team from losing. Next, we have probably the easiest pick on the team and the most important player for Belgium. Manchester City's Kevin De Bruyne will be tasked with the job of pulling the strings of Belgium's attack. He missed out on the PFA Player of the Season award to Mo Salah, but if he'd won it, it would have simply been the icing on top of an amazing season for KDB. He worked hard in closing down opponents when he doesn't have the ball, but when he has it at his feet, he is magical. He looks like he can pass the ball through the eye of a needle. With City already claiming 2 trophies, will he be able to make the World Cup his 3rd? Next, we move on to Belgium's attackers, another area that's been blessed with an abundance of hungry talent. Working either side of our centre forward, Belgium have a wealth of attackers to choose from. However, with a recent injury to Chelsea's out on loan striker Michy Batshuayi, it means the competition has gone down a peg. However, it was reported recently that Batshuayi is very hopeful to be fit in time for the World Cup. However, his injury uncertainty means he can't make it into our team. Instead, on the right, we have gone with Dries Martinez from Napoli. He has over 20 goals this season and has been one of the stand-up players, and at 30 years old, he'll be looking to make his last World Cup a success. Our next player will arrive at the World Cup with a point to prove. After a season with Chelsea that didn't exactly match up to the amazing season he had last year, yet he still has over 12 goals this season and has most likely been the player that has kept Chelsea fighting for top 4 places rather than around 7th or 8th. However, Eden Hazard will be looking to prove why he should be talked about in the same sentence as Neymar, Salah and the rest of the players looking to usurp Messi and Ronaldo as the best players in the world. No doubt he will sit just behind our centre forward and float into danger areas and grab himself some goals. Before we get to our last player, don't forget to click the link in our bio and our first comment so you can download the Onefootball app. It's completely free and it can be tailored for your team and your nation. It's the perfect app to keep you up to date with all the world's football stories. Finally, onto our centre forward. With Crystal Palace's Benteke having a season so bad he made it into our worst team of the season video, go check that video out, there's little choice for Belgium. They've got one player who's both worth a lot of money and has a lot to prove. Manchester United's Lukaku can use the World Cup to catapult his standing in the world football. He scored over 25 goals in his debut season, but he'd be getting way more praise if it wasn't for the fact that Mo Salah has nearly doubled that. Lukaku though is strong, he's got good movement and he's dynamite in the box. He'll be trying to win that golden boot and make the world stand up to know that he is a striker for the future. That's our list, but we want to know yours. Comment your Belgian lineup and we'll see who is correct. Check out the other World Cup videos in our first comment and in our bio because there's lots of teams we've made and there's lots of debate to be had. With that said, I'm Anton and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Peace.